in because my Substack is still down. So when I get that going, I'll be back up and running on Substack. But for now, you have me live right here on YouTube. So in the words of, what's his name, Bruce Buffer, we are live! All right, that's enough of that. Anyway, Tesla News tonight here. I'm going to be reading an essay that I wrote up about SpaceX. This is titled SpaceX's Historic Initial Public Offering and How Traders and Long-Term Investors Might Approach SpaceX Stock, ticker symbol SPCX. Today feels like one of those moments that future generations will treat as an inflection point. A day they study in business schools, in engineering departments, and maybe even in planetary science courses. The day SpaceX went public, debuting with a staggering $2.25 trillion market cap, instantly the largest IPO in history. As a lifelong space exploration enthusiast, this doesn't just feel like a financial milestone. It feels like a civilizational one. For years, SpaceX has been the company dragging humanity, sometimes kicking and screaming, into a multi-planetary future. And now, the public finally gets a seat at the table. It's a new era. The public can now own a piece of the future. SpaceX's journey from scrappy startup 20 years ago to orbital dominance has always been extraordinary, but the timing of this IPO feels especially symbolic. Starship is entering operational cadence. Starlink is approaching global ubiquity, and artificial intelligence, particularly with SpaceX's evolving strategies around AI infrastructure, is becoming a pillar of future revenue. A mega deal, reportedly worth tens of billions of dollars with Google, only reinforces the idea that SpaceX is now more than rockets and satellites. It's becoming a central utility for the digital and physical infrastructure of Earth and space. For those of us who have been cheering from the sidelines for over a decade, buying SPCX shares today isn't speculation. It is participation. Here is how traders might approach SpaceX stock, ticker symbol SPCX. Now, Tesla News Tonight is never investment advice. Tesla News Tonight is never financial advice. This is not financial advice, only a general discussion of possible approaches. Everyone should evaluate risk, volatility, and personal financial circumstances before investing. What's going on, y'all? Short-term traders tend to operate on momentum, market psychology, and patterns. Here's how some may be thinking. IPO volatility is a feature, not a bug. As Cern Basher says, use volatility as your friend. Historic initial public offerings like Google, Meta, and Palantir saw sharp spikes, steep corrections, and then multi-month stabilization phases. Will the same be said for SpaceX stock? SPCX will probably behave similarly, maybe even more dramatically due to the hype. Although it does seem like SpaceX did quite an intelligent job making sure that all of these investment funds would have to time in and out of the market. For example, Elon Musk can't even sell any shares of SpaceX stock for 366 days after the IPO. Let's go over the first 48 hours. Will there be high volume chaos? Well, we already know that there really wasn't. It wasn't very chaotic. I mean, SpaceX stock even went up to as high as a 2.52 market cap when I saw. It's a little bit down now, but I wouldn't consider it to be volatile. Day traders often look for the price discovery window, riding volatility rather than fighting it. the first earnings report is often the reality check. Now, that might come in July or August, so stay tuned for that. Traders often target the period before the first earnings release for speculation, then reassess once real revenue and Starlink data are disclosed. Catalyst chasing, maybe not a good idea. Starship test flights, new Starlink contracts, or AI-related announcements could all create rapid trading opportunities. But again, this is for traders, not investment advice. For a trader, SPCX might be a playground, I can imagine. For a dreamer, a space exploration enthusiast, an Elon Musk fan, it's something else entirely. So here's how long-term investors might approach SpaceX stock. Again, that's ticker symbol SPCX. So for long-term investors, especially space people like me, often think in decades, not days. And with SpaceX, that mindset may be especially appropriate. What's going on, y'all? Loving the hearts there in the comments. Here's why long-term holding of SPCX could be viewed as transformational. So listen carefully for all of you long-term investors like your boy, your humble narrator right here and now, Tesla News Tonight. Starship is a paradigm shift, not a product. I mean, it's a once in a generation, a once in a lifetime, a one of one opportunity, a one of one product. There's nothing else like Starship. Reusable, rapidly turnaround heavy launch changes the economics of space in the same way that container shipping reshaped global trade. Entire industries could exist because Starship exists. This is going to be a moneymaker for SpaceX for quite some time. And the launch cadence and the launch business itself is the smallest. The connectivity via Starlink and other direct-to-device and direct-to-cell is even bigger. And then you have artificial intelligence, real-world artificial intelligence, the likes of which only SpaceX and Tesla can really do. What other companies can match it? AI and data infrastructure could become a new growth pillar for SpaceX. Thanks for the likes, y'all. Loving all the hearts. I love you all for listening. I wish you all peace, love, and prosperity, but I'm not clocking out just yet. I'm actually on my lunch break at work. I've been up for 14 hours too. How crazy is that? Let's get back into this. This is my essay here. SpaceX's recent strategy, pivots, and massive capital needs suggest investments far beyond rockets, like I just stated. Mars is not a fantasy for the company. It's a roadmap item. And you know that I've been for years saying souls with no souls in a place with souls. You get it? Let me know in the comments if you do, if I could even read them. I only got one from William. What's up, William? Right back at you, bro. So yeah, Mars isn't just a fantasy. It's a roadmap for the company. If SpaceX is the company that builds the first off-world economy, even in primitive form, its valuation will not resemble any company today. Again, it's a one-of-one company with one-of-one products. I mean, unmatchable, honestly. This is why my belief resonates so deeply. The real horizon for SpaceX stock is not 2 years. It's 10, 20, or more. Here is my personal view. Enormous gains can happen within 2 years, but astronomical gains happen after a decade or more. That perfectly aligns with the way many space-focused investors think. In 10 years plus, humanity could have, for example, global satellite internet as ubiquitous as, say, electricity, or a lunar supply chain, or Starship cargo flights as routine as commercial jets, and at the same price. Now, I'm looking at you, John Cena, because he's going to want to do it. What's going on, a man? What's up, Pena? What's going on? And on top of that, the first Martian habitats under construction. And that's where Tesla comes into play, I believe, because you're going to need Optimus humanoid robots, functional, intelligent robots that actually have efficiency and efficacy. And China doesn't have them, not that I know of. And who else? I mean, maybe you could, what is that one, Figure, is it, that did the live demonstration for like 5 days straight or something like that? Maybe that one's good enough. I don't know. It worked in a factory, for about 5 days straight. I mean, of course, when it needed to charge, it came off the line and then it was replaced with another one. But nevertheless, it's pretty efficient. But I think that once Tesla gets Optimus out there, they've been hiding it for a reason, don't you think? But anyway, this isn't about just Tesla. This is about SpaceX here and how some people are going to play the stock after the IPO. Let me know in the comments how you're playing it. What's my car brand right now? This isn't my car. I'm actually in my work vehicle. I'm in a Jeep. Yeah. I'm in a Jeep Patriot. Shout out to all you Patriots out there, whatever country you're in. So let me get to the final thoughts here, okay? Entire new industries built on cheap orbital access. So think of these things: materials, computing, biotechnology, manufacturing. Come on. These are things that Elon's teams do better than anyone else on the planet. Prove me wrong. I'd love to see it in the comments. Anyone holding SpaceX stock long enough wouldn't just be capturing financial upside, in my opinion. They'd be witnessing the birth of an interplanetary economy. And again, Tesla News Tonight is never financial advice. Tesla News Tonight is never investment advice. Here are my final thoughts now, okay? Why this initial public offering feels like history. Some IPOs create products. Other IPOs create wealth. But a very rare few, maybe just a handful in all of history, create eras. SpaceX going public at a $2.25 trillion valuation isn't just a bet on rockets or satellites. It's a bet on humanity doing something bigger than we've ever done before. And for space exploration enthusiasts like you and me, today feels like a signal flare from the future. Come along for the ride. We're going to the stars. We're going to moon. We're going to Mars. Well, that was my essay about SpaceX's historic initial public offering and how traders and long-term investors might approach SpaceX stock, ticker symbol SPCX. I wish you all peace, love, and prosperity. I'm going to get out for this one. Seems like I already have a few of you getting out of here. But like I said at the top of this episode, I did this live on YouTube again because my Substack is down. Check out Tesla News Tonight on Substack at Tesla Tonight. That's Tesla News Tonight on Substack at Tesla Tonight. And if I don't get my Substack up and running sometime soon, I guess I'll catch you back here on YouTube. And you can also catch Tesla News Tonight at Tesla Tonight on X. You can also check out the description of this particular live YouTube video and patronize me. Check out the links in this episode, and we can keep the conversation going here on YouTube, over on Spotify, where my Substack podcasts are simulcasted. I also have an old Spotify account, so you can find two Tesla News Tonight accounts, the old one and the new one, with all of the simulcasted Substack podcast episodes. Like I said, I'm also on X, and I have a Rumble account as well where you can catch some of my old videos, but I haven't been active there. But I will remain active here on YouTube, and I mostly do my business over on Substack. So Tesla News Tonight at Tesla Tonight. Pick yourself up some Tesla News Tonight merchandise, the coolest Tesla community merchandise on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. Check it out in the link in the description. And again, I wish you all peace, love, and prosperity. I wish it to all of you from the bottom of my heart. Thanks for tuning in. I'm out. Later.